Are you a rebel mom? You know, a mom who breaks all the rules, forges her own path, and defines success on her own terms. If you are, then this is a place for you. If you want to be a rebel mom and decide how you want to work in school, then this is for you too. Hey, mom. So, welcome to the Life Unboxed podcast, where we talk about all things momtrepreneur, from raising your kids to running a business, and the most important, keeping your sanity. I am Jodie, the mom, a successful virtual assistant and homeschool mom of six. Yes, I birthed them all for almost 10 years. If you want the flexibility and the freedom that comes from working from home and homeschooling, then you are in the right place. This is for you. Be sure to visit lifeunboxed.blog for everything momtrepreneur. Now, let's get into this week's topic. Can you have it all as a mom? We've heard certain things our whole lives: go to school, get a job, establish your career, and then decide if you want to have a family. The problem with this logic is by the time you decide to start a family, it may be too late. So, is this the best wisdom or advice? Now, I started having kids young, or what would be considered young. At 24, I had my first child. I was living in New York City at the time, and this was incredible to many people. And when I had my second son, the questions I was asked made me roll my eyes. Most random people I met on the street couldn't fathom why I was having kids at such a young age. As women, we are conditioned our whole lives to see career and family in a certain way, and usually in that order. Then, when we become parents, that thinking is challenged by our own kids. But oftentimes, we just don't know what to do with it. Is it possible to have it all? That really depends on what all means. Yes, it is possible to work in homeschool. You can contribute to the family budget and still raise your kids. It may not look like high powered mom boss, though. More than likely, it will look like day PJs and a messy bun. If you want to have it all, then you need to decide what that all looks like for you, even if it breaks all the rules of what we were always told is the right way. It is time to be a rebel mom. A rebel mom must define success on her terms. I don't want to do what everyone tells me I should do. At some point, we need to step out of the rat race or get off the hamster wheel and change our thinking. We've been told our entire lives that success should be defined as a bigger house, bigger car, and a bigger bank account. This is a lie. So, there, I said it. What if you define success by other standards? What would that look like? Is it following your dream for a career or following your passion for your kids? Is it deciding what you never wanted to be in? That is it deciding that you never wanted to be in the rat race in the first place and stepping out of it? Or working less hours but making enough to cover homeschool curriculum? Mom, you have permission to change who people think you should be and carve out your own path. You might not be the woman you thought you were or the woman you were conditioned to think you should be. And that's okay. It is time to break the rules. So, steps to take to be a rebel mom. If you want to be a rebel mom and define success on your own terms, you can. It is possible to value family and place family as the priority. Now, this probably won't happen overnight. It did not for me. This was a process of about 10 years. And I know it seems like a really long time, but there were things that needed to happen to to get us to a place where this was a possibility. Now that I'm 10 years into it, I'm grateful that I didn't give up, even when I couldn't see how this would ever happen. So, number one, consider where you are now. Now, where you live will be a major player in venturing into rebel mom life. For example, I knew that we would never be able to make a change while we lived in New York City. The only way this would work is by leaving. It was totally impossible to stay in New York City and be able to be at home with the kids. For one, the cost of living was way too high. So, do you need to change your location to make this work? Number two, where do you want to be? If you want to plan well, then you need to know the direction to head in. Do you want to be on a farm or near family? Do you want to road school and travel with your kids? Think about what you want to do. What is your end result? Now, what is it going to take to get there? You need to know where you want to be so you can start traveling in that direction. Now, yes, directions may shift and change. You may even change your mind, but you need to start moving in a direction. Number three, look at your budget. Now, there's a love hate relationship that most people have with money. At least I do. We love what we can do with it, but hate how dependent we are on it, right? Like, think about your grocery bill, and it all ends up down the toilet. Anyway, you need to take a long, hard look at your budget and a realistic one. More than likely, you will need to cut your income to start with. You may not stay there, but it is usually the case when you start any venture. And so it is important to prepare before you take the leap. Figure out your absolute minimum budget, then work from there. What do you want to do and what can you do? There are so many work from home jobs that you can do. It is easy to get overwhelmed by all your choices. I like to start all my new ideas with a mom notebook and pen. You can find some in the link in the description below. Because writing things down helps me to clarify my ideas. So get out a mom journal and start writing down what you want to do and what you can do. Now, this is just a list. So don't self censor, just write. And remember, it's not about passion for a career. Your passion is for your family. So, what do you need to do to make it happen? Your motivation is all about your kids. It is possible to have a career that you aren't passionate about in order to pay the bills, and you can still be happy with it. You can create the life you love that doesn't include a career you love. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think you should actually like what you're doing, but you don't have to love what you're doing. I know. This is really rebel mom style now. This goes against everything everyone will tell you is the right way. But if you want to create a rebel mom lifestyle, be the most influential person in your kids' lives, then you can have a career that is not based in passion. Number five, take the next baby step. Yes, that is all you need to do. Just take the next step. I know we want to sprint and jump over walls, but it isn't always possible. And that's okay. Just take the next baby step. It may take 10 years or it may take less time. What is the next baby step you can take to move you in your direction? You can be a rebel mom and you can define success on your own terms. Family and career doesn't need to be in conflict with each other, but this won't happen overnight. Just take the next baby step. And if you don't know where to start, then check out the Mom Boss 2.0 course. I hold your hand and walk you through the process of starting a business on your own. And the best part is, it won't break the bank. I just want to enable you to be a rebel mom. I am so glad you joined me today. If you want to help spread the word, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcast. Remember to check out the Life Unboxed store for all of your Mom Boss merch and, of course, your Mom Boss journals and notebooks so you can write down those fabulous ideas. For more great momtrepreneur content, follow Life Unboxed on social media or check out lifeunboxed.blog and be sure to share the podcast and video with your friends. And I will see you in the next show.